What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm reviewing Marvel Zombies. That's how you'll feel after watching Marvel Zombies. This has audio description on Disney Plus. It's Deluxe Jedidiah Barton, and at least I think it is. I never seen him work for anybody else. Should have been stay. Once I recognized the voice, I was like, I'm good. I don't need to watch 5 minutes of credits to get to the end of this. Um, so they have in interviews they've talked about doing another season of this. I don't know what that would even look like, but I can see how there are characters that they haven't used yet or touched upon, and they could keep giving color to this world. I kind of feel like they pulled out all of the stops, but sure. You know what? If you think you can make another season of this, go ahead and try. I kind of think this was meant as a one-off, but fine. I kind of wish they had gone more of a series approach with this, because this felt like not what I wanted. You know, the episode that we got on What If is better than the series. That's my hot take. The thing that propagated this and created this, the cool one-off episode of What If that everybody's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Of course, it was adapted from the comic book run, so it wasn't thought of by some genius person working in Marvel Television at Disney Plus. No, there was just anyway. So there's a precedent for this, but obviously they're doing something completely different on their own. So watch that one first because it's way better, and then sit here and watch this, which is fine. It actually has some pretty cool stuff in it. So I don't want to sound completely down on it, but there were definitely moments where I was like, oh my God, this shit is for real. Like, this is not for kids. It's not for like little kids. I had questions though. Like, there's one of the hero slash human characters is decapitated, but then like later reappears as a zombie, and I'm like, but he was decapitated. That's how you kill a zombie. How would it turn you? I'm sorry, Marvel, but you have to play by zombie rules. You can't just like not play by zombie rules anymore. You have to. You can't reanimate somebody without a head. So, and then how did the head get back on? I had so many questions. So, what is it? So at the top of this, Miss Marvel, Ironheart, uh, new Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, and the Iron Man suit, which has a name here, which I've already forgotten. It's something, but interestingly, voiced by Carrie Condon. Like, they could not get a lot of people. Like, there are certain heroes here who are not voiced by their original characters, but this is it's Friday. That's what it is, Friday, which you would think, okay, there's not a lot here. There's not a lot going on here. So this would just be one of those random sort of voice actors, which fill out a lot of the series, like people you've never heard of before, filling out these random voices. No, they got Carrie Condon to do Friday. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this a precursor to something? You went out and got Academy Award nominee Carrie Condon for this tiny fucking role? It's not a very big role. So, I guess Carrie Condon is now in the broader sense in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, so the three younger Avengers, let's face it, they're Avengers. Just roll with it. I know we just had Thunderbolts, which said, they were like, well, those are the Avengers. And it's like, well, the Avengers are broader than that. Of course, these are Avengers. It's Miss Marvel, Ironheart, and Hawkeye. So At the beginning, they actually fight dead Hawkeye. Uh, no voice from Jeremy Renner, but those three are their original cast members. So Miss Marvel, Ironheart, and Kate Bishop are all retain their original uh, actors. And things get going, and you see that they're in this world and they're fighting to survive together. And Ironheart doesn't have her suit. She stole Tony Stark's suit and then repurposed it, and it doesn't have a head, so it has like a teddy bear for a head. I don't know. They go and they fight, and a lot of stuff happens, and they're going to pick up people along the way. Most of them are new people. They're part of like the newer next gen series of Avengers that the other men who look like me on YouTube are making lots of videos being really angry about. So some of them with Scottish accents. So yeah, it's those. It's a lot of that. However, we did get one cool thing, and this is a recap review, so I can spoil it. Oh my god, Blade Knight! Like, I, I was so excited and so disappointed that it wasn't given to Mahershala Ali. Like, I need to know that he was at least asked, because it's some random dude named Todd Williams. I was like, who the is Todd Williams? Who the is Todd Williams? They promised Blade to Mahershala Ali like 10 years ago. You're telling me that they couldn't have at least given him animated Blade? Like, really? It's not even Wesley Snipes. They didn't even do something cool and like go back one and be like, well, we'll get Wesley. No, it's just some guy, just some random voice. So since it is some random voice, I'm really hoping they at least offered it to Mahershala, since we've got Carrie Condon floating around as the Iron Man suit, and you're willing to make those kind of bold choices. I think we could have made a bold choice and let Mahershala actually voice this character. But yeah, Blade Knight is easily the best thing in the series, and Khonshu is voiced by F. Murray Abraham. So when you hear Khonshu, and when Khonshu like sort of like rises up out of the body, so it's going to come down to Miss Marvel being the lead of the series. I don't want to spoil how, but I also want to tell you that the moment that they vaporized one of those three, which is obviously not Miss Marvel because I just said, so either Ironheart or Kate Bishop gets vaporized, I was like, oh my god, this shit is for real. They are not playing around. And that made it kind of cool because I was like, well, they're not going to kill these three off. These are obviously the three. Oh, shit. Never mind. So, because they come into like zombie versions of our heroes who retain their powers. And yeah, so they also find this device that's on a crashed ship, and it's Marvel has to try to keep that Kamala. I know it's the opposite way. I I was thinking that was so interesting because it's the way that it's pronounced here, and now I can't remember how we used to pronounce the vice president, how we pronounce Kamala Khan, but it's like one of them is one and one of them's the other, and it's fucking with my mind. But so Miss Marvel is just a lot easier right now because my mind is dead. It bled out. It melted into a puddle. So and I don't like mispronouncing people's names. It's not fun. It's not funny. So Miss Marvel is the one that we follow for 4 episodes. She's the lead of this. If you have a problem with that, then I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, it comes down to her versus Scarlet Witch at the end. So because she's the one that needs, like, Scarlet Witch needs her powers. So to help her plot, she's the Queen of the Dead. So she's leading all the zombie army. But if you saw the thing that's in What If, it would answer a lot of those questions for you real fast. So yeah, we see a lot of zombified people. There's some cool scenes, interesting choices as to like who pops up, and a couple of people who didn't pop up. But so they're gonna go through. They go through the widows. So we get to meet new Black Widow. So Florence Pugh's here, and David Harbour returns as Red Guardian. Those are two voice cast returns. Um, they'll go to Asgard, where we pick up Valkyrie, and it is Tessa Thompson. That's her voice. We get a flashback sequence with a completely silent Black Panther voiced by nobody. Makes no sound. Spider-Man not voiced by anybody who plays Spider-Man. And but we did get Paul Rudd to do Scott Lang, Ant-Man. It's intriguing. So there's another original voice cast that's back for that. Elizabeth Olsen is doing Scarlet Witch. And I think that's it. I think that's... there's also... I completely forgot. We have Shang-Chi and Katie. So Simu Liu and Aquafina are here, as well as Randall Park playing whatever his character's name is that he just keeps popping up in Marvel things. He's here as well. I forget the name of his character. But yep, I think that's all of the original cast. And there are a bunch of little like hero cameos as zombies like throughout, or people who get killed off really quickly, and people who show up and return. There are people who are now played by their original voice actor, like Thor. I guess Chris Hemsworth didn't want to come back. Obviously, Spider-Man couldn't get anybody to do that. But certain people are, and that's kind of what makes it cool. It's odd to see like some are and some aren't. Some people were like, yeah, let's do this. Other people were like, no. Baron Zemo, no, it's not the original voice cast. And I was like, is he really that busy? is he really that busy? He doesn't even sound like Baron Zemo, by the way. Like the awkward voice, it doesn't even sound like him. But it's weird continuation of that character. But yeah, you'll see how they go and move through, and they're trying to get to space because the device that Miss Marvel has needs to be set off to bring in the Nova Corps, and they think if they can signal the Nova Corps, that the Nova Corps will come and save them and kill off the zombies. There's a twist with that. And then the show kind of ends in this, weird sort of like, well, we could end up doing a second season if we wanted to, or we could just leave this where we are type of way, where it's kind of a non-ending. It's not the most satisfying thing in the world. But I did walk away from it liking a couple things. Blade Knight, some of the cameos were cool. Some of the death sequences, I was a little surprised by a couple people who died and how they died, and some of them were pretty gory. I was like, oh shit, damn. I was shocked at how far Aquafina makes it into this. I was like, I didn't realize Katie was this badass of a character. I need to rewatch Shang-Chi because like other stronger characters are felled before her. And I was like, are we keeping her because you paid for Aquafina and her voice is so recognizable that there's no question as to whether or not that's Aquafina? Like, it can't be faked. So maybe. I mean, that's possible. But I did enjoy it. Did I love it? No. But I love the concept. Like, I really wanted to love this more than I did. Like, I was coming into this as being one of my most anticipated Marvel projects. Probably, honestly, Uh, Maybe like number two to Agatha. Like Agatha all along became my most anticipated project of the year because of the inclusion of Wiccan. Like once I found out that that's what they were doing, I became way more excited. Uh, and then Wiccan's not here, which is one of those characters too. Like there are a whole bunch of people that we don't tap into. Obviously, we still have like a shit ton of Eternals that we can always turn to if we ever need them. But yeah, like there's no Fantastic Four, there are no X-Men. I mean, there are characters, so I see why they're like, well, we could do another. Yes, because they're characters that you didn't include here that theoretically are alive somewhere. And would they come to Marvel Zombies, and could they save the day? Maybe. So I'm waiting for the Howard the Duck season where Howard the Duck is the one who saves. He's the one to save them all. That ultimately I feel like should be the answer to the question, right? Howard the Duck is the one that cures everybody. So make it happen. Make it so. This was fine. This is sort of like Eyes of Wakanda, where it's just like that was fine. It has some good stuff. There's some stuff that I liked and some stuff that I didn't like. But here, yeah, big props. I never would have thought to do Blade Knight. I would have never expected Blade Knight here. I'm not really sure Blade Knight's in the comic book series. If he is, cool. And now I wish I could have read Blade Knight as a comic book because I'm a big fan of Moon Knight. I just never realized that they maybe gave it to Blade. So it's a cool twist on that character, and I thought it was fun. So I think Blade Knight gets this thing like points, just like a chunk of points on my scoring because I'm gonna remember it. Because I'm like, you can't see Blade Knight? Now I want like a Blade Knight movie. Like I'm hoping this was like a testing the water thing to see because we're never gonna get a Moon Knight movie. Poor Oscar Isaac is. Well, I don't think we'll ever see him again. So yeah, I'm down for Blade Knight. So seems really cool. So I think it's the same grade I gave Eyes of Wakanda. I'm gonna give Marvel Zombies a 6.9 out of 10. So fresh, not super high fresh, but fresh. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the other side.